still asleep, ignoring the sign on her door that clearly said, "Warning, no stupid people beyond this point." He jumped on her bed, making the mattress bounce up and down like a dinghy in rough seas. "Casey, wake up! The tournament's all over the news!" he yelled. "They said it's happening in other cities too. New York, Madrid, Johannesburg, Seoul, and that one in the Middle East with the enormous skyscrapers." Casey cracked open a single, sleep-encrusted eye and glared at him. Pete was compact and wiry, with a mop of shaggy black hair. At 11, he was 4 years younger than her, and he had been born prematurely, making him small for his age. But what he lacked in size, he made up for in excitability. "What time is it?" Casey asked. Her mouth felt dry and scratchy. "I don't know. Probably about 6. She groaned and tried to pull the duvet over her head. It only came up as far as her nose because Pete was weighing it down. She lay back and glared at him over the covers. "They had a special segment about esports on the local news," he continued. "The presenters were totally clueless, but they showed some SkyWake footage and they interviewed Xander Kane. You know, the pro player who makes all those YouTube videos." Casey knew who Xander Kane was. Pete was obsessed with him. "Why are you up so early?" she demanded. "You never get up at 6, not even at Christmas." "I couldn't sleep," Pete told her. "I kept dreaming I was hiding in the vents on the dropship map. I was the last man standing, and all I had was a PSI grenade. Just as they found me, I woke up. Anyway, come on, we've got to get over there." "There's no rush," she yawned. "The tournament doesn't start for hours." Her hair, which she'd recently dyed with blue streaks in the same style as her favourite gaming YouTuber, was a tangled mess. She stuck out her bottom lip and blew some sky-coloured strands out of her face. "But people are already queuing up," Pete said, bouncing off the bed in a wild flurry of limbs. "There'll be over 200 players in London alone." "Oh yeah? But how many good ones?" Casey asked. "None as good as you," Pete said, and he meant it. "Shame I'm not competing then," Casey replied, swinging her legs out of bed and heading for the door. Pete followed her. "Wait, what? Why not? They sent you a VIP invite and everything." "Because if I meet my team, they'll find out who I really am." "They already know who you are. You're Casey Flo," he said, using her gamertag, Casey_Flo. "The best SkyWake player I've ever seen." "Yeah, but here's the thing. They all think Casey Flo is a boy." For the first time that morning, Pete was lost for words. He stood there on the landing, trying to process what his sister had said. Casey shut the bathroom door in his face. "Well, today's going to be really interesting," he muttered to himself. SkyWake, always one word, always a capital S and W, was the gaming phenomenon of the year. The online team shooter had arrived out of nowhere back in January as a free-to-play download. By February, it had hit 20 million players worldwide. It kept on growing month after month, and its mysterious developers, Area 51, had reputedly made millions from merchandise sales alone. Casey had been playing since the start, and like her brother, she had even begun to dream about it. She could draw each of the game's maps: the beach assault, the weapons factory, the dropship, and the alien city from memory. There was something incredibly immersive about the game's level design. The invitation from Area 51 had arrived a week ago, pinging into her inbox from out of the blue. The highest-ranked teams in the UK were being invited to take part in a global esports tournament to find SkyWake's best of the best. Casey's team was among those picked to compete. Over breakfast.